Okay, as a response to the last video, I'm gonna try and find a way to stitch the person in this, specifically to try and explain to you where I'm at. I know you're saying that I should try and help these kitties, like find shelters and control their population, because I did say, the pregnant moms do get pregnant and up. They go over to this abandoned house, and right underneath the foundation of that said abandoned house, there's holes to go right underneath the foundation. And sadly, what the cats do is, one time she gave birth on my doorstep. Well, she moved the kittens underneath that foundation, and she's done that numerous times because it's dark. I think the cats feel like it's safe for them, basically. And the problem is, I know you said that surely there's some areas. Well, I am on your side totally. I really wish there was, particular in my area, to help these cats, especially with me moving away. But they got other neighbors. They got my neighbors across, up over here. These neighbors feed them. And then there's the other neighbor that lives the other house down from them. He feeds them. But they like me because I give them good cat food, wet food, table scraps, water. They just, filtered water. They just set out basic general water, cheap cat food. Trust me, obviously, if I could, I would, contact places in this area. But the problem is, I come from an area of, where I'm particularly at right now, is less than 300 people in my town. And I do have only one really surrounding area, but you have to bring the animal to them, and then they charge you. So you can't literally bring a street cat in and per se, and then say, hey, I found these three cats, the three that I can catch that love me and that I hug on and everything. They want you to basically be the one to pay. And if I was rich, trust me, I would. And also, per se, even if I did have the money, even if I did have I don't know, I think it's I don't know specifically the price in my area. I've never checked. There's a waiting list for them because I tried a dog that I was going to get rid of. Any animal, whether it's dog or cat, they have a big, long waiting list. And I did try when this cat gave birth last year. They had up to at least a couple months long waiting list, because what happened was, the way they explained to me, basically during the pandemic, everybody got cats or dogs. Everybody got any kind of pet you can think of. They got, guinea pigs, rabbits, parrots. Biggest thing people got was cats and dogs. I know we're almost 6 years past this pandemic, but the problem was they never fully recovered from when people went back to work. Just a few short years ago, 21, 22, they've never really fully been able to find people willing to adopt cats and dogs. They're literally overrun. They are full. They're completely filled up with cats and dogs. Nobody's adopting right now. I can't say if it's the way we are economically or what, but nobody's adopting cats or dogs right now. Nobody wants cats or dogs. In my area, it seems like there were so many people that if the cats or dogs weren't dropped off at their front door of that humane society, then the cats or dogs were just left out in the wild, because everybody wanted them during the pandemic. Everybody traveled all over. Everybody literally, more than just traveled, everybody went to these swap meets, these puppy mills, these cat places. They went everywhere to get a pet, and then they just dropped them off. We only got one humane society, which is a no-kill shelter in my area, and that's the one that's overfilled. I would help these cats if I could. I just don't have anything. I don't have good access into my area or any local shelters that would be willing to trap them and take care of them. So as of right now, I know the streets don't sound very safe, but trust me, in my small area, nothing's going to happen to these cats. They've taken care of themselves. They're going to keep overpopulating. They're not 100% the best taken care of, but they are well fed. I can't say if they have any diseases. I mean, they're flea infested, I can tell you that. But what can you do? I feel bad for these cats. That's why I feed them. But what can you really do? What can I do? I'm just one person in a town of less than 300 people, and surrounding towns, like, I've only got one no-kill shelter, which is about 35 minutes away from me, that like I said, is completely overbooked. The other ones are a couple hours away, or southern Iowa, north southern Minnesota. That's the only other options I've got, and I just don't have the resources to do it because they don't come to this area. Even the one that's a half hour away, they don't come to this area. They only go to like the local area of like the town that they're in. And all the other ones, they only want to come in maybe within a half hour time. They don't want to come a couple hours away. So it is sad, but what can we do? I love these cats, but I've got to improve my life, and they'll still have all the neighbors to feed them. So, just a response to that last comment. If you were to see my area, trust me, if I could, I would, but I just can't help them.